Welcome back, feral friends. Badly worded polygraph questions, lingering feelings, and a dinner date that set the internet on fire.
Why are we still talking to Marciano? Episode 9 starts now.
This is First and Feral, Utah Unfiltered. Utah born, chaos sworn. No filters, no fluff, just real voices and wild stories from the Beehive State.
A Book of Deceits, episode 4.
So they're reading like the polygraph test results, and the question is, they asked Jessie, have you ever had like sexual intercourse or more physical touch than like the 2 kisses that she had? And she said no to that answer, but then it came back inconclusive. I think it's very deceiving on what that question is, because of course they had more physical touch. He might have like held her hand, or he might have like touched her back, something like that. And so for her to say no, I don't think she's wrong. It's just also very, like, the question could go either way.
The question was worded very badly. So I don't necessarily think that means anything. I mean, yeah, I just think the question was worded bad.
Yeah. She says, I feel so much better about myself with these results. And I was like, do you? Like, I don't know if it helps her case or makes it worse, honestly. I don't feel like this polygraph test made anything stronger on either of their cases.
I feel like she keeps like continuing to try and like clear her name rather than just like letting it be. When Marciano admitted that he was lying, she should have just like let it lay there, like left it at that. And instead, I feel like she's just like continuing to try and clear her name, but it's not really doing much for her. Like, I feel like it's actually creating more questions. And anyways, and then it cuts to her taking the phone call to Jordan, right?
Yeah, Jordan calls. Well, there's some question about lies about Demi. Did she lie about Demi?
Jessie got the question, did you lie about Demi? And she said no, and it came back inconclusive or failed. But that's also kind of a poorly worded question, because, I mean, it could have been a lie about, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Or anything when they were friends?
Yes. Yeah. So I feel like that's a poorly worded question too.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah. And then it does go to Jessie taking a call and talking to Jordan. And he is upset. And she's just trying to say, like, I'm trying to prove my innocence. And he's like, this is not helping at all. Like, he's very upset.
Yeah, this conversation throughout this whole episode is frustrating because Jessie can't see why Jordan's upset, and Jordan can't see Jessie's side of it. Like, it's like they're just like hitting. They're just like, which I understand why Jordan's upset. I don't think she should have went to dinner with Marciano.
No, I don't think so at all. And I think he has every right to be upset. And also just, I don't think I would be happy about that either.
Yeah. I had written Taylor making some remark about obviously there's going to be an argument. So Taylor, I think, knew too, like, this is not going to be good. There's going to be an argument about this.
Well, even in the last episode, she was telling Jessie, like, hey, you should really maybe rethink this, before Jessie even called him. She has not been on board, I don't think, this whole time.
Which, I mean, there's no way that I would be okay if my spouse had an affair with someone. I would not be okay with them contacting them ever. Like, for anything. Why are we involving them at all? I don't think Marciano needed to be there. I just think it was very unnecessary. Jordan in the phone call says that he feels like he's the only one fighting for the marriage. And it does kind of feel that way, because Jessie keeps saying she's 50-50, and it doesn't seem like her focus is in the right place. Yeah. As far as like, am I repairing this relationship? Which I don't think she knows if she wants to yet. But it just seems like her head is not in the right space if that's the route she's choosing, is trying to work it out with Jordan.
Yeah, I agree. Then they go to there's a scene where they're all in leopard sets on the couch.
Yeah,
cute. I love that they always get like matching sets for each.
I
like,
do too,
trip.
And those ones were those are so cute. We should figure out where they're from.
Yes.
Did you notice that there was a Catholic church shown in the B-roll?
Oh, I didn't. I missed it. They've done better.
So now I'm almost wondering if like production knows and they're just like showing pretty places in Utah or something. I don't know. Or if it's like, but there was a Catholic church in the B-roll.
I didn't see that. they do a lot of like panning over like the hills and of Draper and stuff the next couple of episodes, and I feel like it's so beautiful.
It is so pretty. Yeah. As they were sitting, so the girls kind of rally around Jessie in that moment, but I could not. The bacon and the biscuits looked so good. Did you know?
I didn't hit the
They look so good. I was like, I don't know if I'm hungry right now or what. I must have been really hungry while I was watching.
That's hilarious.
I was like, those biscuits and bacon.
I didn't notice biscuits and bacon, but I did notice that they had went to Farmstead, which is that pastry place downtown that we love so much. Farmstead's really good and they make great like mochas and stuff, but it's a bakery and they have amazing pastries.
Well, I don't know. They did show like the takeout box, and maybe it did say Farmstead. Was that what you saw?
I didn't see the takeout box, but I seen it on their coffee cups.
So I saw the takeout box. I didn't catch what it said on the takeout box, but I was like, it was the biscuits and the bacon. I was like, that looks so good.
It probably was Farmstead, yeah. Taylor is confused and she's in the interview and she says, why would Jessie go for someone that Demi has like some sort of history with? Mm-hmm. And it kind of made me laugh a little bit because I was like, I mean, you're right. Yes. Why would Jessie like want anything to do with Marciano if Demi has something going on with him?
Yeah.
But in this group, there's so many like Layla's been with Chase, Mason, like all these. And then Miranda's been with Chase, like that's her ex. And then Taylor's been with Chase. Like they're all kind of dating somewhat of the same guys.
It's odd how much they're like all the same circle. Because also, how does Miranda feel about Layla? When Layla was dating Chase, how did she feel about that? I don't know that I would appreciate that. And then for Layla then to be like, well, it's not weird. I'm dating Chase's brother.
Mason.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Taylor's comment kind of caught me off a little bit that way because I was like, wait, isn't that what you guys are all doing?
Which, I mean, Taylor, though, hasn't really. I mean, she did.
Well, just the swinging situation.
Yeah. Which it seems like her and Chase caught some feelings. So I guess a little bit. Yeah. But it does seem very like, why are we in the same group? Like, let's navigate outside of this Utah County group. I wrote down, why can't Jessie not promise to talk to Marciano?
I don't know. She said like this felt like closure, but she's very numb emotionally. And she keeps saying that I'm very emotionally numb. Like she repeated that several times. And she's trying to like protect Jordan in not just voicing everything that has happened in their marriage and why she would feel like she needed to find validation from someone else. But I don't know why she can't let go of Marciano. There's a little bit of a clip of Miranda talking about her birthday party and it's in an interview and she's talking about Jordan and Jessie saying like, I think it's really hard for men to step outside the traditional way of living. Like the church has taught us that the man is the breadwinner and the women are at home being the homemakers. And so she's saying with MomTok, that's what they're trying to change.
The stigma of,
And so she said she feels like Jordan is having a hard time accepting that Jessie is the breadwinner. And then it goes to Jessie and Jordan upset. And he's very angry with her when she gets home from St. George.
He was not nice. And he would like ask her a question and then he would go off he wouldn't let her answer. So like, I feel like he was just kind of really just attacking her and not letting her speak. Like what? Like, why do you feel like you have to go to dinner with him? And then she'd start to say something and he would just like jab at her. But it did bother me in that conversation that Jessie couldn't, she literally says like, I can't promise that I won't ever talk to Marciano.
Actually, I recall her saying that quote. Do you think it's because there may be like press or an event that she has to face with him?
It didn't come across that way.
Okay.
It came across to me
I kind of took it was like she can't never not see him or talk to him because of this still has to come out to the world.
Maybe. I mean, I didn't read the situation that way. I obviously can't speak for her either. Maybe that's what she meant. It came across to me though that there's lingering feelings there. I felt like we saw it in the last episode when they were together, and I think there's lingering feelings there. And where she's so 50-50 on like in her marriage, out her marriage, I feel like she's still like holding on to little pieces of whatever she had with Marciano.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that.
like where Jordan's 100% in on fixing this, that I can see why that bothers him and makes him angry.
Yeah, he's saying like trust is the foundation of a relationship, and how can he actually like continue in this relationship if the foundation is not even there?
Yeah.
And I think he's accurate in that.
Yeah, I did too. Jordan has valid reasons for being upset.
Mhm.
And I love how he handled it though. Like they did not have a productive conversation at all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think so either. They go to the MCO beauty event, and it's talking first about Layla and like her hair.
Layla sucks at having hard conversation.
I know, because like, so you see this scene of her, she's going to get new hair put in and like a new way of doing it. And that's great. Definitely go with what's going to work for your hair. I didn't see why she couldn't tell Jessie, like,
Even, was it, she had her friends Bria, and then who else was in that conversation? She asked Miranda, I think it was Bria and Miranda. She talks about her
Miranda
hair.
was like, you should just tell her.
Yeah, Miranda was like, you should just tell her. And she kept saying, like, do you think Jessie will notice? Like, even notice? And they're like, yeah, like, Jessie's going to notice. She's a hairstylist. She's going to notice that somebody else did your hair. Anyways, I feel like they were like, yeah, just tell her. Just have, like, it would have been so much easier for her to just go to Jessie and tell her right up front.
Yeah, it's very interesting that she just can't talk to her. Then Jessie, there's like a scene where Jessie is like, oh my gosh, look what's in my purse. And she has a Vanderpump Villa chocolates in her purse.
Yeah.
Which, okay, like that, I don't think anything's hurt. Like, okay, you have the chocolates, but like, I think it's just the whole point of everyone just being like, hey, we got to get past the Vanderpump Villa, like all together. Like,
I almost feel like it's just top of mind for her. Like it's her life right now that's just completely wrecked by this. And so I almost feel like it's just always on her mind, and it's just like always there. But it is annoying. Like, why do we have to keep going back to this?
yeah.
At the MCO Beauty event, Jen returns, and Jen and Jessie have a conversation, which I loved. I felt like it was genuine and authentic, and they just seem like good friends.
Yeah, and she wants to like be there for Jessie. She has some empathy in what Jessie's going through. And so I think they both were receptive to like what happened, and they can move forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that conversation between them.
Yeah. Jen just basically wants to feel understood, and Taylor is wanting Jen back, but she wants Jen to feel safe with the group.
Yeah. Yeah, which I do think a lot of what Jessie said when she apologized to Jen and was like, a lot of it was me projecting what I was going through on you. That was really big of her to admit that. And I think that's exactly what Jen needed to hear. Because you could see Jen's like defensiveness just come down as soon as she said that. Yeah.
Yeah. Jen, I wrote down Jen is really beautiful. She's just so naturally beautiful. And then if you notice, she had a little bit of freckles on her face, and like, she's just a cute girl altogether. I hope that Jen she has some growing to do, but I hope that the group can help her and Zach.
Yeah. I hope so too.
Yeah.
Did you catch the clip of what Jessie says about Dakota and Jordan?
Yes. Yes. So
The girls,
they did show up to the meeting like matching each other.
Jordan,
I have that written further down in my notes.
Yeah. But I think Jessie is starting to see that Jordan and Dakota are like bonding together over this, because they've both been through like relationship struggles in the public eye. And so I think she just knows Dakota's always going to take Jordan's side, right?
Yeah, I think so. The interesting thing is when they're like, we're kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but when they are talking on the couch and the girls are kind of laughing at them like, hey, did you plan your outfits? Because they are matching. I was writing notes when Jordan started talking, and I thought it was Dakota. And when I looked up, it was Jordan talking, and I was like, that totally sounds like Dakota, like the same pauses, the same mannerism. They are starting to like sound and act alike.
So funny.
And dress the same, I guess.
That's what happens when you become really good friends with someone. Spend a lot of time together.
But Jessie like was mad and said something like, Jordan and Dakota are just sucking each other's dicks or something.
Did you see the girls' reactions? Was my favorite.
No.
I like rewound it because both Taylor and like all the girls were like, wait, what? Like they almost took it like literally like, wait, what's happening?
Yes. Yeah. So it was just funny. She's just angry.
Yeah.
Jessie is angry. Max says something like, I really hope that MomTok can learn from Dad Talk. And I was like,
I know. Okay.
Wait, what? Like, what do they need to learn from you?
Right. And I'm pretty sure like MomTok or Dad Talk would be nothing without MomTok. Like, I don't
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like I don't even follow Dad Talk. I don't think
I think, no, I don't either. I don't even know. But I think what he means by that is he feels like MomTok is going to like support Jessie, obviously, but he feels like the girls are pushing for Jessie to get a divorce, where the boys are rallying around Jordan and saying, save your marriage, work on it. You know what I'm saying? So he feels like the girls are pushing for divorce and the guys are pushing for them to stay together. And so I think that's what he meant by like I hope MomTok can learn from Dad Talk. Supporting each other better, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Macy and Jacob are talking about what happened in St. George. They're outside their home. They're going to do some renovation in their yard.
Or were they building a new home? I didn't catch that. They were just renovating their yard?
I just don't think they've ever finished their backyard is what it looked like to me.
Okay.
So maybe they're in a new home and still trying to do that. But they were outside talking and Jacob asks Macy, like, why didn't you stop it? Like, why is Marciano around? And I felt like that was weird to put it on Macy. Like, the girls who didn't really agree did speak up, like Taylor, and say, hey, maybe we should rethink this. But ultimately, one, producers are going to push for Marciano to come. And then two, like, it's ultimately on Jessie. Like, it's not Macy's responsibility to make sure Jessie's not speaking to Marciano.
No, but don't you get the impression, though, that Macy doesn't think it was a bad idea that Marciano was there? Because I felt like Taylor was really the only one that was like, this is not a good idea. All the other girls were kind of on board with it. So I still don't get the feeling that Macy and Michaela understand why Jordan's so upset that Marciano was at dinner. I don't feel like they understand that.
They may not. I don't know.
The conversation between Macy and Jacob, her husband, was interesting, though. At the end of it, she says, if was treated like that, I'd be gone. Like, there's no way I'd be gone.
Yeah.
Which feels like Macy has a lot of...
that Jordan has spoke to Jessie, Macy would be gone if that was happening to her.
In her relationship. Yeah. She says that at the end of their conversation, and Jacob is just like, okay. Which, Macy, I feel like it seems to me like she has some triggers, obviously, because she's been through an abusive relationship, and so clearly she probably has triggers from that. But yeah, it is hard because we're seeing both sides where, Macy and all the girls are really only getting Jessie's side. So it is hard because I see a little bit from both sides.
Yes, I agree. But Jordan invites everyone over to Jessie and Jordan's house for a barbecue. I did think it was weird that Jessie wasn't coming or invited. However, I also was like, okay, would it have just turned into a yelling match between Jessie trying to defend and Jordan trying to defend? Like, would it have been productive? Because Jordan ultimately was trying to like say, hey, I'm taking accountability, even though like we can discuss what he took accountability for. But I just don't know if in that time, I don't know. It felt weird for Jessie not to be there. I don't know.
I thought it was really odd because I'm like, you guys are supposed to be a partner. I mean, you're partners in this. You're trying to work through it together. She absolutely should have been there. And but also I didn't really understand the point of Jordan holding this barbecue. Like, why is it anyone else's business? Why don't they just work on it together? Why does he have to convince other people that he is like taking accountability? It's still, again, why is his focus on how other people are going to perceive him versus just like focus on your relationship and keep it between you two? Which in the barbecue thing was Taylor's advice.
Yes. Yeah, she would say that like, you should just keep this between you two. And I think that Taylor has learned that from one, her ex-husband, she blew that whole thing up. And then two, Dakota, right? She's learned that through therapy that work on it, the two of you, instead of the entire world. So I think Taylor's trying to give them advice on that. Taylor seems really good. Taylor's in a very healthy headspace. So I feel like she can see what all of us are kind of seeing as viewers of like, why are they handling it like this?
Yeah, it was odd to me that it even like did the gathering. Did you catch Layla's comment when she walked into the house though? She was like, oh, are you just paying Jessie an hourly rent to be here? And I was like, whoa, like that's coming in with some attitude right off the top.
Yeah, it was very awkward and already put Jordan on defense. Yes.
Yeah. Which is funny because I was like, coming from Layla, like every once in a while she'll like spit something out. And I'm like, whoa, like, where did that come from? Because most of the time she doesn't really have much of a backbone. I don't know if that's...
No, I feel like this season, she's definitely finding her voice and her spot on, like, I'm going to stand up for myself and I'm going to hold my own. The whole time with the barbecue conversation, her face, Layla like kept on making faces like, is he talking about? And like, she would just like look at the other girls like, what? Or why are we sitting here talking to him? So it was very interesting.
That was a little bit hard to watch the girls because Macy and Michaela, I felt like were also disrespectful because he was talking about something very personal and he even got emotional. And then like it showed, which who knows if that's just like production clipping certain clips, but their faces were like not very nice. Like they were being kind of disrespectful, I felt like in that moment. Like he's trying, like give him a chance here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we got pretty far ahead of ourselves, but
they did the sit down before to try and plan what the girls were going to do at the barbecue.
And Layla is trying to hide
her hair.
Yeah. And she's like, should I put a hat on? Because it's sewn in different at the top. And Miranda's
it's
like,
longer.
well, not the hat. It's like the length. Like she's going to notice it's different, which they did make it through the entire sit down on the blanket little meeting. But Jessie noticed as they were getting ready to leave. Of course she's going to notice. Yeah.
But I also thought it was funny at the end. So then her and Jessie have a conversation about it. And Jessie's like, yeah, you should have just told me like that. I don't have much training on ethnic hair. Right.
Yes.
And the conversation was good. I felt like Jessie handled it perfectly. And actually I had seen a clip that Jessie actually went and got trained by the lady that did Layla's hair. Like Jessie went and like got trained and advice from her, which I think is so awesome of Jessie. I felt like Jessie handled it really well, but I felt like it was funny because Layla after that conversation was like, yeah, I'm just trying really hard not to avoid hard conversations. And I'm like, but you would have avoided it if Jessie wouldn't have said something. So I'm like, are we really? Because you were avoiding it.
That's funny. I didn't catch that she said that, but yes. I mean, she was definitely avoiding it. Yeah. So when they're at the barbecue, we're kind of jumping around. Jordan also says, I just wish the girls would realize this is our real life. And so you kind of wonder like, okay, how much are we playing up for reels? How much are we playing up for production? I think reality TV is real, but I also think there's parts to where they're like, okay, let's add the church in here. Let's add this drama to make it more
amp it up. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it makes you wonder, he said that for a reason. There's some point of like, this is, yes, it's drama and yes, it's providing content. Yes. But this is also our real life that we're going through right now.
I mean, it is hard when it's not you, right? Like, you don't feel all the emotions that Jordan and Jessie are feeling. You're obviously trying to be their friend and be supportive and whatever, but those girls aren't also feeling all the emotions that they're going through. So,
yeah.
What does boof coffee mean?
Boof coffee?
What does that mean?
So in the first season, we actually didn't cover this because I wanted to talk to you about it, but I forgot. In the first season, Michaela talks about having a coffee enema.
Oh, it's a coffee enema.
I think so. She sucks it up through her butt because it gives you the caffeine. I don't really know. I forgot to talk to you about this because...
Is it like a cleansing? Maybe it's like a cleansing.
No, I think it is a caffeine boost and gives you... I don't really know. I don't know.
Well, I caught it because they showed a clip of you saw them saying like, I'm passing the phone to another girl that has 2 baby daddies. I'm passing, and the last one was a person that boofs coffee. Is that how you say it? And I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I think you like stuck coffee up your butt. And Michaela talks about it. We should find the clip. Michaela talks about it. But in the first season, I remember thinking like, okay, you're not drinking coffee, but you're literally putting it
yeah, that's a good point.
Like, what? Okay, now it's okay. Like, you can still have your temple recommend.
Just through a different hole.
Yeah, so it is something like that. We should go back and find that clip because it was talked about Michaela doing.
Yeah. And then at the end of the barbecue, that weird comment from Taylor.
Yeah. So Taylor asks, like, has any of you guys done any anal? And Michaela comes on and says, I do know that Jen is very freaky. Like, gosh, like you guys just throw each other under the bus every single time.
But they do say
funny.
that about Mormon girls.
That they're freaky?
Yeah. Because it's like they're like all their like
they're just like pent up. So
pent up, and then it all comes out.
That was funny. So Michaela is very team Jessie. She says that like, we're team Jessie and we're here. Like, we are going to back Jessie. And Jordan says like, you need to remember that Jessie had an affair. And the girls are like, she did. And Layla speaks up and says, she did. But there's also like history on why Jessie would feel like she had to step out. You need to take accountability for that. And you're taking accountability for the last 6 months since you've known.
Mm-hmm.
And this behavior, right, of him lashing out, being verbally abusive has happened for years. So I don't think he did a good job at that. I think he's taking accountability for the last 6 months.
Do you think that he knew that Jessie told the girls that though? Maybe he wasn't expecting them to know that history.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And at the barbecue,
does say like the dinner wasn't necessary with Marciano. She does back that, and it's
which
like,
I am like 100% on board with that. I don't. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way if the roles were reversed, Jessie would be okay with that.
Yes, Dakota speaks up and is trying to like defend Jordan. But Macy gets mad at him and says, like, you're
a liar.
You literally have lied for years. Yeah. And so you're also on my shit list. And if Jordan is going to be this way, then he's going to get on that list too.
Yeah. And it's very hard to get off of if you're a man.
Yeah. She did add that if you're a man.
Did you notice the awkward hug between Taylor and Dakota at the beginning?
Oh, yes.
Dakota was like, you're not going to hug me? And she like kind of side hugged him and then like, yeah, it was like,
they're not great.
Their relationship is very rocky.
Yes.
But Michaela and Maisie are very against Jordan. I almost feel like they're so against him that they're unable to hear what he's saying too.
But I almost wonder if it's their own traumas that like,
I think it is
creating these like red flags for them that they're like, Jessie, I don't know.
Yeah. Because I think there's a clip of Michaela saying like, if this is how Jordan really is, I'm not on board with her staying with him. Did you notice it was at the barbecue. Jen shows up and her belly's out. She has a black tank top on and her belly's out and it's so cute. She's so cute. And I literally was like, well, I wish that when I was pregnant, I would have just like rocked it. Cause she looked so cute. And I was very like self-conscious of, you gain weight and all the things, but she looked so cute. And I was like, I wish I would have just rocked my belly out like that. I do.
I feel like there's more and more women just showing their belly pregnant.
It's so cute.
Where like before you would have never saw a pregnant belly, even like swimming. There's a lot of women here in Utah that wear like tankinis to make sure it's covered. And I feel like we're seeing that more and more of just a pregnant belly. And I think it's so cute.
I think it's so cute too. That also made me think of, did you know grandma and our great grandma would not say the word pregnant? I was having the conversation with this about mom the other day. So they would not say the word pregnant because it was like, I don't know, like, I don't even know why they wouldn't say it. They wouldn't say pregnant. They would say PG.
Like she's PG.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Because I was having
like a bad, like naughty word or what?
Yeah. It came up because mom wouldn't say the word vagina. And we were laughing because she would throw up a peace sign. Like if we needed to like cover up or something, she'd throw up like a V.
She'd be like, dress cut. Because if I have shorts on or like my cheer skirt or something, she would not say the word vagina like, or like, and you're like, can you see my vagina? No, but okay, I'll close my legs.
So we were having that conversation the other day and she's like, she's probably rolling over in her grave because my 3-year-old said vagina. And she was like, Grandma Julia's probably rolling over in her grave. She wouldn't even say the word pregnant. It was PG. And I was like, what?
Wow. Yeah. That's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it's so funny. But Jen was so cute. She's so cute pregnant. I'm like,
she is so cute. Yes.
Even her intro with her belly, I'm just like, she's just so cute. Yeah.
Yeah. Jen is beautiful.
All right, Feral friends, that's a wrap on today's episode.
If you loved hanging out with us, make sure you hit that follow button. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to First and Feral, Utah Unfiltered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay a little feral.